A Dream on Hold. My name is Daniel. I was once a man with a dream. I loved music more than anything in the world. Every day I played my guitar and wrote songs. Music made me feel alive. I wanted to play on big stages and share my songs with the world. But life changed fast. My wife left me one cold winter morning. She said she was tired. She said she wanted a new life. She walked away and didn't look back. I was left alone with two small children. One was 4, the other only 6. I looked at their faces. They were too young to understand. They needed food. They needed clothes. They needed love. I knew I had to be both father and mother now. I had no time for dreams. I had no time for songs. I sold my guitar. It broke my heart, but I had to. I found a job at a factory. It was hard work, and the days were long. But I worked with my hands and earned enough money to feed my children. That was all that mattered. At night, when they were asleep, I sat by the window. Sometimes I heard music on the radio. My eyes would fill with tears. I remembered the sound of my guitar. I remembered the songs I used to sing. My heart ached, but I stayed quiet. The factory was loud and hot. I worked from morning to night. My back hurt and my hands were always tired, but I never stopped. I needed money for food, clothes and rent. I told myself, this is for the kids. That gave me strength. Every morning I woke up early. I made breakfast for the children. I helped them get ready for school. I walked them to the bus stop, then went straight to work. I smiled for them, but inside I was tired. I missed music. I missed who I used to be. Sometimes on the street I saw people playing guitar. Their fingers moved fast and the music was sweet. I stopped to listen, just for a minute. The sound touched my heart. I wanted to sit down and play too, but I had no guitar and I had no time. One day my son asked me, "Daddy, why don't you sing any more?" I didn't know what to say. I just smiled and said, "Maybe one day." He looked at me with big eyes. "I want to hear your songs," he said. That night I cried quietly. I started to hum my old tunes when I washed the dishes. I sang softly when I cleaned the floor. It was not like before, but it helped me feel alive again. Music was still inside me. It never left. It was just waiting. Time passed. My children grew. They smiled more. They laughed louder. That made me happy. I worked hard, but seeing them healthy and safe gave me peace. I didn't have much, but we had love. We had each other. That was enough. One Saturday we walked through the park. A man was playing the violin. His music was soft and beautiful. I stopped and listened. My daughter looked up at me. "Do you miss playing, Daddy?" she asked. I nodded. "Yes, I do," I said quietly. I thought of the guitar I once had. I thought of the songs I used to sing under the stars. My fingers moved in the air, remembering the chords. My heart felt full and empty at the same time. I smiled, but it was a sad smile. That night I opened an old box in the closet. Inside were my music notes. They were dusty, but still there. I held them in my hands and read the words I had written years ago. It felt like meeting an old friend again. I sang one of the songs in a whisper, just one verse. My voice cracked, but I didn't care. The music was still alive. It had never left me. I had left it. But now, maybe, it was time to return. The next day, I went to a small music shop near the market. I looked at the guitars on the wall. Some were new, some were old. I touched one with my hand. It felt warm, like a memory. The shop owner came to me and smiled. "Do you play?" he asked. I nodded. "I used to," I said. He gave me an old guitar to try. I sat on a small chair and played a simple tune. My fingers were slow, but the sound was sweet. People in the shop stopped to listen. I felt something in my chest. It was joy, real joy. For a moment I forgot the factory, the pain, the long nights. I was just a man with a guitar and a heart full of songs. The shop owner said, "Take it home. Pay me when you can." I thanked him with tears in my eyes. When I came home, the children were surprised. "Is that your guitar?" my son asked. "Yes," I said. "It's time to play again." That night we sat in the living room. I played a song I had written long ago. My children clapped and laughed. I was still tired. I still had to work. But now I had something more. I had music again. It was like finding a piece of my soul that I thought was gone. I played every night after work, just a little, just enough to feel alive. Music became part of our evenings. After dinner, I played one or two songs. The children sat close and listened. Sometimes they sang with me. Their voices were soft but full of joy. It felt like home again. At work, things were the same. Long hours, heavy machines. But now I had something to look forward to. When the day ended, I knew music was waiting. Even 5 minutes with my guitar made me feel better. One day, my daughter brought her friend home. She said, "My daddy plays songs." I was shy, but I played a short tune. Her friends smiled and clapped. I laughed for the first time in many weeks. Music was not just mine anymore. It was for them too. That night, I looked at my children. They were safe. They were smiling. I had given up my dream, but I had found something even stronger. Love, family, and the music in their laughter. Years passed. My children grew tall and strong. They finished school and started their own lives. I was proud. I had done my best. I gave them everything I could. I gave them love. I gave them safety. Now the house is quiet. I still work a little, but I have more time. I sit by the window and play my guitar, the same one from the shop years ago. Its sound is soft but full of feeling. I write small songs, just for myself, just for peace. Sometimes I walk in the park. I see young people playing music. I stop and listen. I smile, but inside there is a small pain, a memory of what could have been, but I never feel regret. I made a choice. I chose my children. I may not be famous. I never played on big stages, but I gave my heart to my family. And now, when I play, I feel them near. Their laughter, their hugs, their songs, they are with me always. And that, to me, is the greatest music of all.